And welcome to the October 9th, 2025 Board of Zoning Appeals for the City of North Myrtle Beach. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order, and if we get a roll call.
Chairman McGonigal,
Here?
Andy Thomas, Andy Mendel Bell,
Here.
Joe Reeves,
Here.
Cynthia Lover,
Here.
Wyman Wise,
Here.
Melissa Wilbur. We have a quorum.
Great, thank you, Ms. Smith. And if you guys get a chance, take a look at the minutes, review the minutes, and if we can get a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve Thursday's August 14th, 2025 meeting and also Thursday, September 11th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right. See if we have any communications from the city.
No, sir.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Caldwell. And Ms. Smith, if we can get everybody to rise, and if everybody can rise, and we get everybody sworn in, that who might be wanting to speak today.
Okay. Do you solemnly state under penalty of perjury that the evidence you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you may sit down.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Okay, before we go ahead and get started with our agenda, just want to go ahead and let everybody know, we're normally a body of 7, so a majority would need 4 out of the 7. But since we're missing 2 people, we've got 5 people present today, you'll need a vote of 3. If you wish to postpone, you're more than welcome. If you want to go through with it, move through with the process, not a problem. We'll just keep you moving. So you can take a minute and think about it as we get started with the first item on the agenda. All right, we got item number 1 on the agenda. We've got BZA 25-29, an application by Daniel Colum for a variance to cut a tree exceeding 24 inches at 1005 Tarpon Pond Road. Do we have somebody here that wants to speak on this? Yes, sir. If you come to the microphone and introduce yourself, please.
How
How about introducing yourself and tell us where you live?
I'm Daniel Cologne.
And where do you reside?
I can't hear you.
Where do you reside? Where do you live?
1200 Wading Heron Road, North Myrtle Beach, 29582.
Great. Thank you, sir. Tell us about your story.
I have a lot where we're ready to start a home, and we got a tree that is above the diameter, I guess, that it needs a variance, and it's the tree would actually be in the footings of the home.
Good deal. Great. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Good to go. Thank you. Give us a second. We're going to hear from the city. Oh, we got some questions. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that. Go
Are
ahead.
you the owner or the builder?
I'm the builder.
You're the builder. Who's the owner?
Ma'am?
Who's the owner?
Wes Miller's his last name, Steve Westmiller. They live in Pennsylvania.
Okay, so you're the builder, and I'm looking at this. I just went out and looked at that lot. It's beautiful. All the trees on it are oak trees. Did anybody else go out and look at this? It looks like a park.
Or it is, yeah.
The lot looks like a park. What trees were you planning on leaving on that lot?
We have one tree that would be directly behind the driveway.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only tree that is in the footprint or would be in the driveway.
Okay. All right, then I'll go on and listen to the city from there.
I have a question too, Ms. Lover. So with this lot, is there no way to flip the house plan so that you can save the 26-inch tree?
It wouldn't matter, it's Charleston Landing, and if you're familiar with it, you know, the lots are very small. The house pretty much fits on the lot, meets the minimum setbacks, but in fact, if we flip the house, we'd lose the one tree that we can keep.
I'm just looking, you're building a 7,125 square foot house on a 16th of an acre lot.
It's not 7,000 feet.
Oh, the lot's 7,125 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. The finished floor, 15. Because my proposal would be, and everybody else might not agree with me on this, but there's 2 oak trees that are up close to the street, and looks like one of them's in the footprint of the sidewalk. And I would say, you know, my thought would be to find a way to keep both of those 2 small oak trees that are up close to the sidewalk. And as well as the one in the back. You might have to move your porch or your sidewalk, but that would be something I'm looking at considering.
Okay?
Yeah, if you look at that tree, I think you're looking at the one on the right front. Mm-hmm. That tree would actually be, part of the tree would actually be in the footers. By the time you put the footings in, you cut away all the roots.
Right.
And then the one in the front is in the footings for the porch.
They just look really close to the sidewalk. How close is the sidewalk going to be to the porch? I feel like you need to save some of these trees, and I think there's a way you could do it. I just think you need to make an effort to do it, because the lot's beautiful with the trees that are on it. And we can deny your variance request for the one you want to remove, and you'd have to figure out how to replant your house, or we can make other requirements for the other trees on the lot and let you cut the one down. We can set the restrictions on whether we let you remove that tree or not, that 26-inch tree. And I'm trying to find some way to save as many trees as possible on that lot.
Well, I mean, the 2 trees that you're talking about in the front, there's no way that those trees would live when we dug the footings. We'd go right through the root system. They're less than 2 feet from the house, from the footings.
How far will the house footings be from the sidewalk?
It looks like it's about 9.5 feet.
Great. Ms. Lover, you want to hear from the city, and then we can
Sure.
come back? Give us a second. We're going to hear from the city, and then we'll be back to you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Petitioner Daniel Colomb has applied to remove a tree in excess of 24 caliper inches at 1005 Tarpon Pond Road. The tree in question is a 26-inch oak tree. Trees exceeding 24 caliper inches shall only be removed upon approval by the board. The board is charged with setting a suitable tree replacement schedule. The city council has also approved a tree bank where individuals can pay $300 per caliper inch of required planting. Staff recommends that the board review the variance application, hear the evidence presented at the meeting, and review section 2368.
Great, thank you, Mr. Caldwell.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, I'm just going to, a quick question. So we're just dealing with the task right now, the tree to be removed is the one that's covered at the back here, is that correct?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that one tree. And you're saying you can't flip the house, you couldn't flip how the house is laid out so that it would, because if you took the house, if you look, you got the back porch where you got your HVAC here, right? You see your HVAC on your plan?
What?
You couldn't take the plan and inverse it, and that way you'd be able to actually save that tree. You could lay the house out opposite.
Once you reverse it, the house is gonna, the driveway is gonna be over there, but the driveway is gonna be right in the middle of the driveway.
The tree in the back?
Huh?
The tree that you want to remove?
Oh, the one in the back?
Yeah, the one in the back. That's the one you're here for.
No, if you reverse it, you'd still be up against the house. If you look at that and just look at the, reverse it, that tree would still have to come out. It would be still on the corner of the house.
Have you considered a different house plan?
Ms. Lever, on that note, those lots are so small, you don't have a lot to work with. I mean, wouldn't we better preserve, I mean, you look at the footprint of this, and to Mr. Bell's point, if it was feasible flipping it, you could save that tree. But wouldn't we be better served planting trees that are going to survive? And you can actually up the size that you want to do?
If the lot's that small and he's covering this property
This-
up with trees, where's he
this-
gonna plant? Where's he gonna plant? He's not gonna have a yard.
This is what I say, that when you look at that community, it's built for small lots close together, and then they got some areas where they got green space. It's not as much around the houses as much as they got like down there in the turnaway and then down by on the water. So I'm saying it's a challenge on those lots. They're built, and that was a community, the way it was built was with small lots for detention of being very neighbor-friendly per se. Charleston-style houses.
And you look at it, when you drive through there, there's beautiful trees all through when you're coming through. People have the trees in their front yards that are hanging out over the streets.
But that's what, so maybe we look at, because it's, I mean.
Basically, he wants to clear cut this lot. He wants to leave one tree on, I bet there's 20 trees on it.
What I would say on the clear cutting, he's trying to utilize the lot to build a house that they want and dreamed about. Now, the question is, how do we save the trees? Those lots are just so small, it's really a challenge, just in my
Yeah, all the
my
lots of
opinion.
trees you see in the front were planted by the subdivision when they actually developed it, and that's all the trees you see in the front. But I've been building in this subdivision for 10 years, and, you know, these lots barely hold a house,
Yeah, the house is the whole lot,
the whole lot, basically.
everywhere, yeah.
On the sides, we're usually 6 foot off, and of every house I built, we were on the setbacks. And we just can't help it. They got certain driveway requirements they require from us, from the HOA, which, you know, makes it even harder. And, yeah, if you've been in Charleston Landing, you know. I mean, I'd love to leave all the trees, but
There's no lot.
these lots were sold to build houses, and
Mr. Bell asked a point to go back on this, and I understand, I think we all understand the lots are smaller and all that. Is there a way that you could flip it, that we could save this lot, save that tree? The one on there's one tree that's in question, that's the 26-inch oak.
yeah, and
Is
the tree would die. I mean, if
Yeah,
we
this
left
tree-
it, it would die, because if you look where the tree's sitting, it would actually be in the footings, the tree itself.
Yeah, oh yeah, right now, the way it is down
Yeah.
there. And it'd be close even the other side, if you flipped it, you'd still be
It'd
close.
still be in the footings.
It's all pretty close, yeah.
It's a 16th of an acre lot.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
It's tight, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So the question is, I think, are we better served and Ms. Lover, if you wanted to beef up the tree, serve where there's nothing, to the gentleman's point, those trees that are all mature were from 20 years ago, whenever that community started. We had friends that lived in there. They were all planted, now they've grown into these beautiful trees. If there's a better strategic spot to place some trees that are going to mature, these ones that are right up close to the house, no matter if it's shrunk, they're still going to be. These are it looks like a foot away from the house in the foot.
Well, I'm looking at the one that's in the sidewalk, in the front.
Uh-huh.
It's on the walkway.
Yeah.
There's 2 steps there. It's a young tree. I don't see why you can't scoot the porch down some and leave that tree.
It's too close to those roots are all sprawling. How far are the roots sprawling? And you cut them, they're not, I had trees at and I had nothing there. I did the best to save them, had arborists, still lost them just because the elevation setting the house up. So I'm saying, why don't you can beef up the trees and give them some stuff where it strategically makes sense. Just my opinion. It's a small
And
lot. I
not
don't know
only
how you-
that, you're looking at a little dot on the page, and if the house is that close to the tree itself, it's going to cut out half the things. The canopy is going to be inside the house.
That's true. I just went out and looked at the lot. And those trees look like they were really close to the sidewalk, that they should be able to be saved when I looked at it.
They probably are, but they're probably, like I said, the house is only 9 foot from the sidewalk. That's 3 steps.
Yeah.
I just don't see where else you're going to put trees back at. I mean, because you put the trees back, then you're going to say, well, they're going to go into the foundation. I don't want to plant those.
Here's what I would say to that. We're not going to save the one that's a foot away. So let's try to strategically place some trees that are going to add to it. And I don't know, I'm not a tree specialist, but if they plant them, will they start moving? They're going to move where they'll path the least resistance, you would assume, the roots, but that's just me assuming.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So if you found out, look, if you're saying, hey, we know If you're worried about planting some and they're not surviving, this one sure in heck is not gonna survive.
So where are you
So if
gonna
we-
where are you gonna put 26 inches of trees on this lot?
You won't, you're not going.
You're gonna go, you're not
That's what I'm
gonna.
saying, he's not.
Yeah, you're not, but I mean, you definitely could, I mean, I do agree, I mean, I mean, with Billy, there's real, I mean, I'm looked at this, trying to figure out how to save that
Save,
tree.
yeah.
I mean, that's almost, I'm actually looking at the aerial view too of Google Maps here. It's, I mean, it's cluttered with trees, but it is a unbelievably small lot, and there's a pond behind it. It does have water. I don't know, is there a way if they take out the 18-inch and take out the one on the front, they can put back? Because almost all those trees, I lived in there ironically in 2010. And those trees that you see driving in were baby trees when we lived there. So what you see is what's grown up over the last.
And they survived with stuff being built.
Yeah.
I went in there multiple times
Yeah.
when they, in 2008, 2010.
Yeah,
The lots were distressed in there.
yeah.
See, I've had situations in there where, you know, we left the tree, and the tree wound up being right between two houses. And I mean, they were big trees, it was a big tree, and they came back to the city and said, we got a real issue here if a hurricane comes, because that tree's going through the house.
Well, that's my point, is where are you gonna plant trees back at?
Well, I mean, that's the thing of the
We
neighborhood. I
can add
mean,
$300
we can put
an inch
trees-
to the trees you wanna remove and charge you let you pay $7,800 into the tree bank, but I don't see where you're gonna put 26 inches of trees back on there.
But back, we just talking about the tree to be removed here, the one that's with in the little square, correct?
Yeah.
So how much over is it then? Do we know, what's the diameter of that tree?
It's 26 inches.
26.
2 inches over what would be required if it were in the footprint of the house, for the city to give them the authorization to take it now.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to come up with we're gonna have to come up with a number we think is
Yeah.
feasible. 'Cause you're not gonna be able to replant on that lot. Let's just be honest, those lots were not built for, I mean, they're built for Charleston-style homes. I mean, you're not gonna have yards and trees, I mean, they're just,
You're not, but there's a lot in there. When I just drove through there, I was like, look at all the trees that they managed to leave that are in people's front yards.
Well, they were
Yeah, but
ones
they were
they
planted.
planted, they were strategically planted. No, he probably he could plant something there that, you could plant some trees there. That one there is.
He has to leave the 22 inch, right? He can't take the 22 inch out in the back corner, right? That's gotta stay, right?
You know, what would really make sense is just, and I don't know what's in front of that, because I know in the front of the neighborhood, the trees were planted every so often, you know, right in the city area, but right behind the sidewalk. And, you know, to plant them up front, but all the rest of that house, I mean, it's like every other lot in there. There's no yard. I mean, if you go in that whole neighborhood and walk through that neighborhood, there's no yard. So the only trees when the neighborhood's said and done are gonna really be maybe a few in the back, you know, because of like this, the back of a driveway, but you know, if you put a couple trees you know, right behind the sidewalk like they did in the front, when you drive in that, you know, that when you drive in there, it looks like, you know, those trees were there forever, but none of them were there forever. They were all planted.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you required to put any street trees back at all? Does the HOA require any street trees to be placed back?
No, I mean, you know, the HOA understands what the neighborhood is.
Right.
For the city, with all the other trees he's taking out, is he required to replant any of them? Is there any inch requirement for the rest of the trees that are under the 26 inches?
The 22-inch tree in the driveway and the 22-inch tree in the rear, because it's not in the footprint of the house.
Why does that tree have to go?
Which tree?
The 22 inch in the back?
It does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, okay.
He doesn't have it,
So it'd be a 50% replacement for
yeah.
What is going in that back little corner where the tree, there's a tree right there? What is going?
That's going to actually be yard, you know.
Okay.
But if you go in there and walk on that lot where that tree is, and in that back area, that tree there is going to eat up most of that whole area, just the canopy of it.
Right.
I mean, we're not talking pine trees.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right.
It's a protected tree, though, that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, he's just talking about on the big canopy. He gets, the bigger the tree, these canopies are, you know, as we know.
So there's two 22-inch trees in here. Is he taking them both? Not sure I understand. Which,
Planning on taking the one in the driveway,
the one in the back corner?
leave the
left
back
corner?
corner one.
So the one in the front that he's taken that's in the driveway, is he required to replant anything for that? Because it's in the footprint of the driveway?
Right.
I'm just thinking, so if you flipped it, that tree would stay?
Yeah, it stays the way it is right now. Yeah, yeah, I measured it out. That 26 inch, if he flips the house plan, it still puts it right up to the edge, like you said. It's gone. It'll kill it.
And if you flipped it, that 22-inch tree in the driveway would be taken out as well? The one he's talking about?
Yeah, the 22 would be gone, and the 22 in the back would be gone then as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Ms. Lover, I misspoke a second ago. I used to review trees all the time, and I don't anymore, and I got that language wrong. The one in the driveway would require replacement.
So how many inches does he have to replace for that?
11, that's 22, right?
So he's already got to put 11 inches back. And if we let him take out the 26, we need to set a replacement schedule for that, in addition to that 11.
I think it's possible to put 24 inches back on the lot.
So I say that's why you've got to give it, it's got to be a monetary factor then.
Yeah.
Just want to give him half
Yeah,
the
just
tree
gotta
then.
come up with a monetary number.
Monetary, half the tree. You want to give him a monetary with half the tree?
13,
Either put 13 inches or pay 13.
pay
$39.
$3,900, it's $300 an inch now,
Either put 13 inches back or pay the $3,900.
in addition to the 11 inches.
Addition
And he's
to-
got to leave the tree in the back corner.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yep.
Go to make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we grant variance BZA-25-29 with the following provisions: that the 22-inch tree in the back of the driveway has to stay, and the tree in the front corner that he said he was going to leave also stays, and he can remove the 26-inch tree and pay $3,900 into the tree bank or replant 13 inches of trees or some combination thereof. And those would be in addition to the 11 inches he has to replant for the one he's removing from the driveway.
Thank you, Ms. Lover. Do we have a second?
I'll make a second. Do you just want to add that it needs to be a protected species?
Oh, and they need to be the same kind of trees that are being removed, some type of oak tree, because I believe all of them are oak trees.
Okay, great.
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Great, thank you, Mr. Bell. Any discussions? All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. You're good to go. You've got to just talk, the city will let you know what you owe and what you might have to plant back.
Okay, they'll get up with me on that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda. We've got item number 2. We have BZA 25-34, an application by Reed Wesley for a variance on a rear yard setback at 2353 Hill Street, Zone Mobile Manufactured Home Residential in the R3 District. Do we have somebody for this?
You'll see in your packet, there's a letter from the declarant not in favor of issuing a permit and not letting them get approved to do the addition.
Okay, so
So
Just
we
wanna-
postponed it last time. I guess they could just,
As far as a letter from the declarant that there's another document that controls whether he can oppose the tree being installed, I think that's different than the BZA finding whether the applicant has met the requirements for a hardship or not.
Okay,
So if the board finds that the applicant has met the requirements for hardship, the board could grant the variance. If the declarant has a legal reason why he can oppose that, then he can pursue that separately.
Okay.
If they're separate actions.
okay, great, thank you. Thank you for explaining that, Mr. Norrie. Is there anyone here for this? Nope. What would you recommend? Postponing again, and we just leave it and clean it up next month?
Yeah, what did we do last time historically?
postponed it last time, but the applicant didn't come back this month because he knew he wasn't going to get approved.
Okay, so the applicant was not here last time? not
He was
this
here
time?
last time, and then he was told about the declarant requirement. And so he doesn't think he's going to be able to get a building permit because of that.
Well, is the board prepared to make a decision?
They're not here, so I'm not sure how we want to address it.
I just recommend we withdraw and let them reapply if they decide they want to move forward. That would be.
That makes sense.
You certainly could take that action.
Okay, great.
Mr. Chairman, I vote that we withdraw variance V 25-35.
Great, thank you, Mr. Bell. Do we have a second?
Second.
Get a second for Mr. Wise. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Great. All right, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. We've got item number 3, we've got BZA 25-26, an application by Kyle McCracken for variance to cut a tree exceeding 24 inches at 1771 Zenith Street. Is someone here to speak on that?
There is not. If you recall, at the last meeting, you guys wanted them to have the planning commission take action before you would take action, and they were postponed this Monday at planning commission. So planning commission has not made a decision yet.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we postpone variance BZA 25-26 to our next month's scheduled meeting.
Great, thank you, Mr. Bell. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second from Mr. Wise. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it, 5-0. Postponed.
Goes kind of quickly when they don't show up.
It does go quicker. Item number 4 on the agenda, we've got BZA 25-36, application by Kevin Noble for a variance of the swimming pool location requirements for swimming pools at 6302 Nixon Street, located in the mid-rise multifamily residential district and the R2A district. Do we have somebody here prepared to speak?
Kevin Noble, 6302 Nixon Street, North Myrtle Beach.
Tell us about it.
So I'm the homeowner of this single-family residence. This is located on a dead-end street in Nixon Street. This is the Cherry Grove area. The home is in an R-2A district, and we're looking to put in a swimming pool. And we've come to the committee tonight asking for a variance from a front yard setback. So in the R2A district, you can put a swimming pool in this side yard, but it has to start at the midpoint of the home and head back. This lot we have is a little unique. Number one, it's at a dead end of a street, but it is a double lot. When this was platted many years ago, the lot that the home is built on was obviously a buildable lot, but the second lot beside it is currently now within a channel. So we have a channel both in the side yard and the rear yard that I think is shown on the map that you have. And so if we didn't have a variance request, we stayed with the code. We can't put anything in the backyard because of that channel. On the side yard, if we stayed with the code, it would be a pretty small pool. It would be, I think we've got it 4 foot wide, or 4 foot long and 14 foot wide. So the variance request is for 27 feet, so to extend the pool, the entire side yard with the front setback matching what the house is. This is, I put a map up on the screen if that helps you any with the Google image. A couple things about this, it does kind of fall into what we have in that area. This is a full developed area. There is a condominium complex right beside us. They've kind of done the same thing with the pool. It's in their side yard. I assume that's also because of the channel. We have back of us is the channel, and this side is the channel, so we're kind of isolated in that area. I will also go to say the neighbors on the other side of us, it's obviously small setbacks, but to me, if you put the pool on this side that's on the channel, it's actually a benefit to the neighborhood, as it'll be a little bit less disruptive if they're sitting out there in the porch looking at things. But, so the variance request is to be able to put a full-size, I'll call it a full-size pool in the side yard for this resident.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Can you point to your home on the map you have right
Yeah, so on that map, that's, this is Google image, so that's that red dot, kind of on the far center on the right-hand side. Maybe I can point.
Yep.
So you can see the channel in the rear, channel to the side, that is Inlet Point Villas, that's across the channel to the east, and then to the north is where the condominium.
Mr. Noble, are you the owner of the property, or are you the builder, the pool builder?
No, I am the owner of the property.
The owner. How long have you owned the lot?
We bought both lots, actually, there was 2 lots, and we consolidated them into one this past summer. We just bought it in April, May.
And were you aware when you bought it that you couldn't put a swimming pool?
Oh, we
on it?
were,
You
yes.
knew that, but
We-
you bought it thinking you'll get a variance to put the pool in.
We didn't know what size. I wasn't really, answer your question truthfully, I found it very difficult to find that setback in the code. And so first time I went through, I found it difficult to find it in the code. It still is a struggle for me. But I should have known, so there's no excuse. It's there in the code. The first, to answer your question, first time we looked at when you bought it, I did not see that in there.
I mean, I just feel like that's, sometimes we have people come in that have, their families owned the lots for years, and before the zoning was put into place. And that's one way I look at it. And then I look at the other issue is sort of a buyer beware thing. You bought a piece of property and you knew you couldn't put the pool in, except in the backyard, and then you want us to give you a variance.
No, I agree with you. I mean, that's my responsibility to know the code when I buy things. I guess what my stance is before you today is I feel this is a very unique situation. It is a double lot where everybody else has 5,000 square feet. This is 10,000 square feet. And I also think that it's kind of in harmony with what you have out there, and it's less intrusive to anybody else by putting there on the side yard.
My other question is, this is going to be a raised pool above the ground?
Yeah, so I was out there today. Today was King's Tide, so we are putting it 18 inches above, and I was out there today, didn't get there at peak time, but based on what I can tell, it looks like, at least today, King's Tide got us about 2 inches there. So we're just
That
going to
was
be a
gonna be
raised
my-
pool, 18 inches above.
That was going to be my other question. The pool's going to go underwater. I mean, depending how high you put it above the ground. When they have floods in Cherry Grove, that whole areas.
Yeah, we were here last time we had a hurricane, and that road does flood. So we had 4 pool builders come out, got 4 different quotes, talked to them about that, and so, they're, the pump system we put in, the type of pool we put in, it's understood that we get a big hurricane, that road's going to be flooded and water's going to get in that pool, and so they are, engineering-wise, we've talked through how we would handle that.
Okay.
Any other questions? Great, give a second, we're going to hear from the city.
Petitioner Kevin Noble has applied for a variance of the swimming pool location requirements for swimming pools at 6302 Nixon Street, located in a mid-rise multifamily residential R2A district. Section 23107 only permits swimming pools to be placed behind the majority of the dwelling. The applicant would like the pool to be installed in the side yard. Staff recommends that the board review the variance application, attach drawings, and hear the evidence at the meeting, and review section 23107.
Thank you, Mr. Caldwell.
You're welcome.
Any questions for the city?
Question for Mr. Caldwell is, just reading that parentheses, looking at the statute that you gave us on the page, it says swimming pools,
Yes.
parentheses, unenclosed and in-ground parentheses. So if he puts the pool, are you setting it up? That's what I'm trying to determine. How high, how much of the pool's going to be in-ground if you were to get the variance?
So the water, good question, the water level will be at grade, but there'll be a 18-inch high step up, step down to get into the pool. So the pool itself will go from 3 foot deep to 6 foot deep.
Is that, I guess that's considered in-ground then? Versus,
I would consider that in-ground
Yeah,
with a
mostly, it sounds
small
like most
wall
of it.
around it.
okay.
Any other questions for the city? I've noticed there's a party in the back. Are you all here to speak on this matter? Oh, okay, good deal. Should have brought popcorn. Thanks. Okay, any other questions for the applicant or the city?
I don't have any questions, but as far as discussion goes, this is a small lot, part of it's underwater. But then also.
It's covered by channels on both sides.
Right, but then also, at that last training session we had in here with, who did it?
Jim Wood.
Jim Wood, when he did that training session, I wish I'd brought those screenshots of the slides he gave us, because he said that, if other lots in the neighborhood, if other pieces of land in the neighborhood have the same problem, then it's not unique. And I think there's a lot of things in Cherry Grove that have issues like this. Part of the lot's underwater, the lots are odd shaped, and this isn't a small lot. So I think the unique issue, the criteria that we have to look at when considering the statute, I don't think it's that unique.
Well, to me, the uniqueness is the channel on both sides. There aren't a lot of things in that area with channels on both sides.
I agree with Mr. Wise. I think this is, just like we saw one of these not too long ago, not that we have to rule in the same way, but this one is, like, where's the front? Where's the back? Where's the side? Because it's on the back edge. They also have a larger lot than the rest, and Mr. Wise's deal, he got water on two sides.
But at the same time, I understand what you're saying, and this is why we're having discussion. If you look at the original plot, the lot line was on his house. Like literally, the house, where the house sits is where his lot line was. So he bought a lot to make it double, so doesn't that become a self-imposed hardship?
Well, but we're talking about two hardships. I'm looking at it from the hardship of the fact that you've got the water on the two back sides. I'm not even, that's just a
Yeah,
bonus.
but what I'm saying is that before, he would have had no way to put a pool
Oh,
on the side
totally,
of the house, right?
totally agree. Yep.
So because you have that lot line there, and then he took the lot, he combined it, that becomes he's basically created a self-imposed hardship on himself, right?
Yeah, I think he came to the problem, yes. Again, I look at it differently with the people that have had the lots been in the lots for 50 years, and then we changed the zoning on them in 1980 or something, 1977. But, yeah, he did that. He could have he could have situated the house in a different manner.
Well, the one
Well, he
is,
never could, he couldn't have moved the house, but.
Yeah.
He could have made it longer and left more backyard.
Well, the house is already built. You bought the house pre-existing, right? The house was pre-existing on the
Oh, okay.
lot. So he
Okay.
bought the lot next to him
Okay,
and then doubled his lot. So that's why he has the ability to use that side yard, because before, the lot line came right down the side of the house.
okay.
So he
He
basically
couldn't have
bought,
built anything,
he couldn't have built anything prior,
right.
right?
so was that a hardship or, made an improvement to the property? The hardship is, and when I would say this is this isn't like all those other houses don't have the water on that side of the house.
But a
They
lot
have
of
water
them-
on the back. It's definitely unique. It's definitely unique. And the guy across the street's unique. Everybody else has got a lot on the road.
I would like
A
to
lot of
get,
lots that are at the end of these
They are.
canals, or at the end of these side streets that go into the marsh, and they have a canal behind them, and they have the marsh on the side. So there's a lot of lots in Cherry Grove that have two sides.
They do. But it's,
So to me, that's not unique.
I would like to get Mr. Nuri's interpretation of this being a self-imposed or not.
On what issue, whether it's self-imposed? Well, at the end of the day, he acquired the property, have combined with other lots, but at the end of the day, this is the lot that's in front of the BZA, and does this lot, as it's presented, has he?
Is a unique and create thing. That's what we're giving in front of us.
Regarding the lot as it exists now. Yeah, he combined the lots. but
He
it's
bought the
the-
house, then he bought their lot, then he combined.
Well, but it's the lot that you're presented with, and it's
Right,
part
okay.
of your fact-finding mission to determine whether he's presented a hardship that would merit
Okay.
looking at this lot as it exists now, whether it was combined with another lot at some point in time. And as far as the uniqueness of the board knows, you're going to be looking at each case on a case-by-case basis, and usually lot is going to present its own unique characteristics as opposed to several lots that may be somewhat similarly situated in the area, but typically each lot is going to have its own set of unique characteristics that may or may not warrant a variance.
That's-
Yeah, that's fine.
Makes sense to me.
I want to make sure.
Was somebody prepared to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I move that the board grant variance BZA 2536 because the applicant has demonstrated an unnecessary hardship. There are extraordinary circumstances and exceptional conditions pertaining to this particular piece of property. To me, it's not the irregular shape, it's the channel around it and kind of constricts the way that you can use the property. These conditions do not generally apply to other properties in the vicinity. Because of the conditions, the application of the ordinance to the particular piece of property would effectively prohibit or unreasonably restrict the utilization of the property. The authorization of the variance would not be of substantial detriment or to adjacent properties or to the public good or the character of the district, and would not be harmed by granting the variance.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. Do we have a second? Am I allowed to make a motion?
Yeah, you are.
So, all right. I just haven't, I second that motion. Any discussion? Now's the time. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Me? Opposed?
Joe, were you an aye or a nay?
I'm an aye.
An aye, okay. So vote is 3-2. It's been approved. Great. Thank you.
Good luck.
He'll be swimming in the marsh.
That was a tough one, man.
That was, we've seen that here. Anything else we've got? Can we get a motion to close the meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, do we have a second? Second. Got a second? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.